In a quiet village called Mudappallur, near Palkot in Kerala, Achyutan Nair and his wife Balamba lived as a highly devoted and spiritual couple. After years of prayers to the Lord, in December 1886, a son was born to them in the Margasirsha month on the auspicious Shukla Paksha Ekadasi day. This day is also marked as the day that the Bhagavad Gita was born. The boy's horoscope was quite unique. While it promised a life of huge prosperity and fame, there were clear indications of abject poverty. The child was named Subramanya. Subramanya was no ordinary child. From young, he displayed an amazing proficiency in Malayalam, and then he quickly began to master various hymns and chants. When gods and deities were being described, he would go into states of extreme concentration and absorption. While worshipping in temples, he was usually seen with tears in his eyes and horripilation all over his body. There were no childish tantrums, not even fear. Things that attract children, like tasty food, toys, the glitter and the gloss, held no charm for him. Instead, he would inspire his friends to join him in rituals. A simple stone would suffice as a Shivalinga. There was something else that was unique about this boy. He loved going into solitude. Alone, he would revel in prayer for hours together. In his teenage years, unfortunately, his mother had passed away. As he entered high school, something strange began to happen. Being inherently intelligent and hard-working, he excelled in his academics, making his father extremely happy. But at the same time, Subramanya was losing all interest in studies. The school curriculum seemed irrelevant to him. Why? In his own words, "This sort of education is as dry as a skeleton. What am I going to gain from it? I seek no job, I want no wealth, then what is money for? All I need is a morsel of food once a day to keep this body and soul together," he reasoned. Although, out of respect for his father, he tried to fight his feelings, but it was a losing battle. At the age of 16, Subramanya permanently left school. His father was baffled. "Subramanya, why did you do this?" The boy calmly answered, "Don't worry, father. I've only quit school. It doesn't mean that I've put an end to my studies. I love the learned books and the noble poems. They're most dear to me. I will continue my learning. I long to study Sanskrit too. But please don't hold any hopes about my material life and future," he pleaded. Strangely enough, after quitting school, his schedule at home became much more rigorous. Each morning, he rose well before dawn. The day began with intense meditation on Lord Shiva. After Parayanam, the chanting of sacred texts, he would study the Upanishads. Only then would he have his breakfast. His day was filled with education, japa, and meditation. For instance, he would recite the entire Gita every day from memory. But more importantly, he would revel in the meaning of every verse as he recited it. There was an intense study of the Sanskrit language, its grammar and literature. He filled his heart with the writings of Adi Shankaracharya, Sri Ramakrishna, Ramana Maharishi, Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramatirtha, and the list went on and on. But he made sure that any form of study was accompanied by contemplation, discussion, and meditation. He continues in his journal, "From young, it was Subramania's nature to enjoy solitude, and this led him to quiet and serene places. Near his house was a beautiful forest full of trees, flowers, and chirping birds. Every evening he would retreat into these woods and meditate upon the greatness of God's creation, the isness of it all. Steeped in reflection, he lost all count of time. Like a man who is drunk, he moved about the forest, completely fearless of the dangers that surrounded him. When the insects and the worms began to bother him, he built with his own hands a high wooden platform so he could sit in deep contemplation."
നന്ദീശവാഹ പെരുവാരപതേ മഹേശ മന്ദാകിനീ സലിലതീര കൃതാധിവാസ നന്ദാദിഭക്തനിചയൈരനുസേവ്യമാന സന്താപനാശന വിഭോ തവ സുപ്രഭാതം.
Hari Om Namaskar. We are sure you liked the video. For more such amazing videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel and do not forget to press the bell icon.